babe.
What's up?
I got some questions for you again.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
What does God's voice sound like?
Yes, last week I did a video on one thing I wish I would have prayed for before I started my faith journey was hearing God's voice. So what God's voice sounds like, he can speak to you in a dream, vision, prophetic word, pastor at church, the Bible, your thoughts. Some people actually hear God audibly. It's a variety of things. Create a quiet space to just where you can hear from God. Create an atmosphere where there's no disruptions, and this is worth taking 10 to 15 minutes out of your day to just sit down and hear from God.
How can I tell whose voice that I'm hearing and it's not mine?
Okay, I would say two things that God's voice does not sound like is condemnation and shame. Part of what God's voice does sound like is kindness. So Romans 2:4 says God's kindness leads us to repentance. It says his kindness does. Not anger, not shame, not a pastor yelling from the pulpit, not other Christian people yelling at you, not your family members yelling at you. It's the kindness of God that leads us to repentance. So God's voice is going to be kind to you, and it's not going to be full of condemnation or shame. If you're feeling shame or condemned, that's not the voice of God. That's the voice of something else. So get rid of it. Also, John 3:17 says God sent his son into the world not to condemn it, but to save it. So that right there goes to show you that God's not here to condemn. So if you're hearing condemn and shame, those are not the voices of God. That's the voice of something else. Listen to the kindness that God speaks to your heart. Also, God is not here to affirm you further into your sin. He's not here to affirm that. He wants a connection with you. So whatever is drawing you near to God, follow that thread. Whatever's drawing you near to Jesus, follow that thread, and then just abandon the things that are disconnecting you from God. Abandon them. You don't have to go another day in those things. Abandon them, but follow the lead to those things that are connecting you to Jesus.
That's awesome, love. Thank you for sharing. I just have one more question.
Yes.
Is there a way to fact check the voice that I'm hearing?
I will say this. One of the scariest things for many people is to hear God's voice and to step out on faith, believing that you heard. There is a way of fact checking. Ask your pastor, ask your friends, ask your family members. Have some solid community around you. But also this, there are going to be some things that you absolutely know aren't God. There are going to be some things that you know is God. And then there's going to be some things that are in between that you're going to question and you're not sure yet. And mainly just take the leap of faith. And so it is so easy to correct you back on the path. It is not that difficult to be uncorrected on the path. So don't have this fear that you're going to make the wrong choice or make the wrong decision. God is so good. He's so gracious and so faithful that he will lead you back on the right path if you have this fear that you made the wrong decision. So it's not this deep thing that where you're going to screw your life up for the rest of your life. No, just, take a chance and listen. If things are not going the way that they need to and you feel like, oh, this may not have been the right thing to do, then just come off that path and listen again and then go where God tells you to go. Keep it simple.